Imagine uprooting yourself, leaving behind everything you know, and living in a foreign country for a year. For me, even mere weeks before I arrived in Poland, I could barely wrap my head around the fact that I would genuinely be spending 10 months in a nation I'd never stepped foot in before. It's like how humans struggle to comprehend large numbers. Lengths of time are distinguishable only up to a certain point. Starting anew in a novel place gives me the same feeling as chopping my hair off. You let a part of yourself go and open yourself up to change. There's something almost primal about being surrounded by newness and having to find your way through it. You're stripped of all that is familiar and get to build a new life from scratch, with only the tools you've gained from past experiences to help. For example, I'm now very comfortable making friends in all situations simply because I've had so much experience meeting new people. It's also helpful coming here to Poland that so many people are so kind and welcoming. Now, I occasionally look back on my very first day here in Poland, when I was in the airport and didn't even know the word for bathroom in Polish, because it contrasts so vividly with my knowledge and experiences now. I've learned so much in the past 5 months, and the comfort of knowing a place has begun to set in. Yet, I do occasionally find myself still longing for that freshness again. The good thing is, there's enough world that I'll never run out of new places to call home. Now, there's nothing quite like diving into the deep end of a new culture or language, but you could miss out on these experiences if you let your inhibitions hold you back. It takes leaving the places you're most comfortable in to realize just how much you're missing out on by staying in one place. Otherwise, you could live your entire life unaware of the vastness of the world around you. As we say back in the motherland, if you stay at your hometown rodeo, you miss out on 1,000 barbecues with friendly farmhands. Now, my addiction to the sensation of new environments began when I moved across America from suburban New England to the rural West. While having been one of the harder times in my life, it freed me in a way. No longer was I tethered to one place, I was a liberated spirit. I'd always been extremely interested in travel and foreign cultures, but the move really enlarged my scope of possibilities. The world felt bigger, and with it, my realm of opportunity. Of course, though, this move came with its own challenges. Back in New England, everyone prioritized education and learning above pretty much everything else. So-called cultured jobs were appreciated much more than manual laborers. And especially in Connecticut, which, being a suburb of New York, contains many wealthy families, there was deeply ingrained classism in everyday life. Moving to Montana, where many kids focus on ranching or agriculture, I instantly felt a divide between my values and theirs. I was blind at first to the full importance of such labor, but after having spent time in such a rural community, I came to appreciate that these jobs were just as vital as, if not more than, professors or researchers or anything of that sort. Once the blindfold was ripped off, once my identity was intensely challenged, I faced those changes head-on and, in fact, sought out more change. Humanity's ability to adapt to new situations is part of what makes us so special, and it's a tool that you can exercise to great avail. Now, saying goodbye to what you know is perhaps the most important step in truly finding your place in the world. It's cliche, but it really is true that your life only begins once you've left your comfort zone. As we say back in my homeland, the cowboy only finds gold when he leaves his cattle and ventures to the coast. The skills I've gained from going abroad are one big pro. It's an entirely different type of independence you get by leaving everything you know behind and being in a different country than with those you are closest to. You learn how to build a new support system and how to best take care of yourself along the way. You also learn, of course, also this independence shows up in simpler ways. For example, I can no longer laze around in my bed in the morning until my mom comes and gets me to tell me I have to get going to school. And now, so I've grown a lot since my time coming here and since the move to Montana because, as playwright George Bernard Shaw said, quote, "Progress is impossible without change." And of course, this isn't only true of personal progress, but societal as well. In an age of posting to show your solidarity or virtue signaling to garner the respect of your peers, it's important to remember that the most effective way to actually improve the world around us is to take action. At first in Montana, I felt like I was just biding my time until graduation, wasting away dramatically until I could escape to bigger and better places to set my plans for the future into motion. But that's no way to live. Waiting is so futile. Every single second we have on this earth is so precious. If you want a more united world, go out and make friends from all over and learn more about their communities. But go out and do something productive with the time that you do have. Taking initiative and going abroad has given me so many opportunities to learn more about a foreign culture, a foreign language, to form brilliant friendships, and to fall in love with new places and experiences every day. It's also taught me a greater appreciation for certain things back home, and like I said, has taught me a newfound independence. Back in early September, within my first couple weeks in Poland, there was a huge bug in my room, and I mean huge. And now, admittedly, I'm a little bit of a wimp, and I'm used to just calling for my dad to come eradicate whatever bugs need to be eradicated from my room. But seeing as I had only been in Poland for a couple of weeks, I didn't know my host family all that well. I certainly did not want them thinking I was some helpless child who couldn't even handle a bug in her room. So I refrained from asking for help and instead took matters into my own hands. I sent a text back home to my family, letting them know I was about to go into battle with this terrible insect, so that if I perished, they would know why. Then I gathered my weapon of choice, some pencil or stick of some sort, to poke the bug off the curtain and out of the window. Next, I did some deep breathing, gathering whatever courage I could. And then slowly, trembling, I made my way towards the bug. This was the moment of truth. In all of 3 seconds, the battle was won. The bug was free from my room, and I free from the terror it was raking upon it. I've never been more proud of myself in my life. Now, come wintertime, I was prepared to not have to see another bug in my room for at least 3 or 4 months. But then, on January 2nd, 2025, the unspeakable happened. There I was naively, walking back into my room after a tasty breakfast. It was still the middle of winter vacation, and I had great plans for the day ahead of me. And oh, it was going to be such a good day. And this was approximately 10:30 a.m. Central European Standard Time. I opened the door to my room, and I see it. There, on the exact same spot of my curtain, some terrifying beetle or roach of some kind. But, I had been in Poland 5 more months, I had a bunch of experience, my courage had grown, and I was a new person. And so, I screamed in terror and got my host brother to get the bug instead. Now, the story shows how as you spend time abroad, your toolbox grows in unexpected ways. Yes, your courage increases, but your support system also strengthens. Despite my reaction the second time, I felt infinitely more comfortable, simply knowing I felt more secure in my support system. It also shows that if I, who am scared of bugs that are entirely harmless, can go abroad, then so can you. Now, every day here, I still get to experience something new, be it relating to immersing myself more in the language, or meeting a new person, or simply trying a local dish. And also every morning, there's a new challenge and a new reward awaiting me throughout the day. And so, I dare you to try the same. Get a taste of living somewhere new for a while. Change your environment for a year, or a couple of months, or even just a few weeks. But really sink your teeth in and really try and get to know the place. If you put your heart and soul into it, you'll have formed indelible connections with people and places all over the world without even realizing it. The sheer amount of people I've met through this experience who have taken the same leap and are all the better for it is remarkable. So I dare you to take the same leap. If you do, you'll find in full that we all do truly belong to one global community, that you can make anywhere you go feel like home, that warm, friendly people are everywhere, and that the greatest experiences known to humanity are simply waiting for you to find them. So rip off the blindfold and go find yourself in a foreign land. Thank you.